now let's welcome in the management at HEG. They had declared their numbers. Mr. Manish Gulati, CMO and COO at HEG, is now with us. Sir, steady set of numbers. Can you just tell us the average realizations that you have witnessed? Also, certainly, tampered in terms of realizations from last year's high.
See, if you compare this Q4 and with the Q4 of last year, our pricing was very similar, very close actually. It is almost the same price as we witnessed in the Q4 of last year. I mean Q4 18-19 versus Q4 17-18. So, and whatever margin contraction you have seen is because of the year-on-year difference in the needle coke cost.
Will prices stay where they are for both sets of graphite electrodes?
For the UHP segment, we are quite confident that the pricing will stay stable through the year. However, we are facing pressure on the lower segment of electrodes, which we called HP or non-UHP. And now there we are facing pressure from the Chinese electrode pricing. But that also we expect to bottom out soon.
Can you also tell us how was the availability for needle coke and what is the pricing in that space?
See, the needle coke situation still remains tight. I mean, it's not in abundance. I mean, we still have to try hard to get as much needle coke as we can. And all the 4 or 5 key suppliers of needle coke are working at full capacity now.
So what was the average pricing like? Could you give us some color on that?
Pricing, I wouldn't like to comment on the pricing really, but I mean, if you just want a ballpark figure for the H1 of H1 means Jan to June supplies, I can say it was around $4,500 to $5,000.
What was the volume growth, capacity utilization in the quarter gone by?
See, all through this year of 18-19, we were in 80s, little up, little down. Our average for the year closed is 80%. And going forward, we expect, we have targeted about 90% capacity utilization.
Do you still see a case for strong demand demand coming back?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think there is sufficient protection, and steel companies, they keep talking to the government all the time. And you are right that because of this US-China trade war, some of the steel exports might try to find their way into India. But I think there is sufficient safeguard. They have many mechanisms, safeguard duty, anti-dumping duty, whatever. And our customers definitely keep a very close watch on what is happening. And I'm sure the moment they notice more imports coming in from China, they will take it up with the government. But still, we expect our customers to be growing this year. In 19-20, we expect at least 4-5% growth in 19-20 in steel production.
Mr. Gulati, you're increasing your capacity, albeit by a small quantum at this point of time. Any plans for ramping up capex, or is needle coke availability still a hindrance when it comes to your growth plans?
I think you know about that we have embarked on an expansion. We are taking our plant from a 80,000 ton capacity to 100,000 ton capacity, and that we are going full steam ahead with that. All the orders have already been placed for all the key equipments which had the longest lead times, and we expect this to be completed in 3 years, and approximately 1,200 crores will be spent on that.
As FY19 sees growth slowing from the peak, what can we expect in FY20 from the company?
I think our shareholders can expect, I mean, a very stable environment and healthy profits in 19-20. That's all I can say.
All right, Mr. Gulati, on that note, thank you so much for joining us and helping us understand your Q4 performance.